Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up?
Look, get your ass up.
Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man.
So?
I mean, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool.
God damn! What's up, Op? What's up, Op? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man.
Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here.
Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy? Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me check. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me tararo tato.
Man, you fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, home.
Man, fuck you. Oh, shit. Tebow, nigga.
What? Who?
Tebow.
Oh, damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing.
I thought you already collected the tires.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah, you got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, Tebow, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
You right, man. The money.
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
What about the time he took the tires from me in Zariah's backyard?
Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over Tebow. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
Man, that nigga gonna cry in the car.
He should have paid his tithes.
Shit, real shit.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so hot, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hit this shit. What I speak is the
What's up,
truth.
y'all?
I don't care if it's offensive.
What's up, Red?
Life that I chose, no turning
Thanks for the
back,
bike.
no endless. They don't
You got on my ties, homie.
God damn, man.
What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive.
God
Life
damn.
that I chose, no turning back. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness.
Tebow, nigga. Tebow.
Reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped. That's why I walk with a signet.
I wanna do-
Salaya, what was good? Be like, man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would've helped y'all.
All right, word. Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would've helped y'all.
Blameless, and if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a peer on me, that'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then
All right. Can you hear me now?
It's not on.
Someone said
There was a mute button, but
Got it.
there we go. Okay. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. I'm Officer of 5000, Mataza Pa, and I will be holding down tonight's class. And so we see the title, man. Christ never celebrated Easter.
right.
All right, and I feel like it's befitting that we still talk about it, even though we celebrated our Passover. Why? Because there's brothers and sisters out there that are still about to celebrate Easter as if it has anything to do with Christ. You see what I'm saying? I was and I'm a sidebar real quick, right? We got a new brother named Young Man Austin. He is in the building. He found his way out of all the places Austin could be. Out of all the places you could be, man, you right here rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is the safest place on earth right here. You understand? This is where you need to be, right? Okay. So, and then let me shout out everybody in the chat. Tamira Hunter, Kana, Aitara. All right, everybody rocking with us. And Kayal, Yaquar. All right. So we're gonna get it started, okay? So we're still gonna talk about Easter because there's always people who come in on the chats or on the lives and may not understand what we're talking about and why we say Easter is a pagan holiday, Easter is bad, and Christ never celebrated. And it has nothing to do with Christ. What do they say? Christ's resurrection or his death or resurrection? I don't know. What the hell they saying out here?
It's like, if I could, I don't know. It's like, if I could, I don't know if y'all seen the pictures on Facebook, but I think it was, what was it? Jehovah's Witness?
Mm-hmm.
They came and said, you know what this week is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what is it? He said, it's Passover. I said, yeah, it's a celebration of Jesus Christ's birthday. I said, do you know what Passover is?
Right.
And then when the brother saw the picture that I was getting it.
Oh man! So you had a fun time. That was you. You caught the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah. There was Officer Marat came.
My man.
Yeah.
I actually had a run in with him too. And so as soon as I got back from the Passover, usually I work on the weekends,
right? And
so I'm usually at work on Sunday, but this Sunday I happened to be home when we came back, and my mom was like, "Hey, somebody's coming up to the door." So I went and answered the door, and it was this guy, you know what I mean? And he has this picture. He has this. I wish I would have saved the pamphlet. I balled it up, so he had a picture of white Jesus, and the picture had curly hair. So we started talking. I was like, I forgot how we got on it, and I started talking about the Jews being black and that he's pushing, what he's doing is very destructive in the black neighborhood because he's pushing a white God, a white savior to black people. And you know what he told me? He said, look, see, this picture is light-skinned. Light-skinned people are black, ain't they? He said light-skinned people are black. We said, but the hair is curly. He said, no. He said, and you see the hair is curly. He said the hair is curly. And then, so I'm like, well, don't the Bible say that? Does it say he have hair like wool or curly hair? And so every avenue that the guy was coming up with, I'm smashing him. Right. And then, so of course they turned around and ran away. So, I hit him with the wicked flee with no man pursue him. He turned around, was like, I'm going to talk to you, brother. I'm going to talk to you because he didn't want to feel like he was wicked. Right. And so, so then I'm like, look, so I ran in the house, grabbed my Bible, and I'm like, hey, do y'all want to learn about God? Like, if you want to learn about God, I have time today. Do you want to learn about God? Do you want to learn about Jesus? And it was like, what Bible is that? And I'm like, the King James Version. Do you want to learn about God? This is where God is at in this Bible. He's not in that pamphlet, that thing that you got, right? And so, of course, he gave me his name and number. I think he gave me the wrong number. Because when somebody giving you their phone number, and then they kind of hesitate on some numbers. I was like, nigga, that's the wrong number, man. Right. I know this is the wrong number. So I'm going to call Dwight. Dwight, if you're listening. Dwight around your lips. Right, so Dwight, if you're listening, I'm gonna give you a call. All right, I'm gonna give you a call so we can see what you know. He said, I just want to show you some things. And then what's crazy about Christianity, I'm gonna get to you right now, right? The crazy thing is, when I tracked him so many times, you know what he said? He said, during my research, I found out that the Jews aren't white people. The Jews aren't white people, and that they are, he said that they would have been people of color. I said, so wouldn't Christ, why are y'all pushing this picture of Christ? Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah. Why would you be pushing this? Right. And then so every avenue they got trapped. Kayal's camera was just did not work. just did not work. You know how you see somebody in the corner of your eye, and I see the phone. I'm like, yes, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? To no avail. To no avail. So the most you're gonna hear about it is me telling about it, and my highs and lows and how I said it, but
he did it.
But it did happen. It really did happen.
That's how he did it. Passed it down.
That's how it happened.
Pass it down to somebody else. Right now.
Oh man, that's funny, man. That's funny. And that's usually how it always goes. Satan to be on your camera or something.
No. So like just add on to it, right? When Jehovah's Witness came, right? And it was a guy. They had a man now. I don't know what's something special about that. You know more about that.
What's that?
He always go out for the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But he had the men was out. The man was out trying to teach.
Oh, okay.
And the man was out there teaching. Normally it'd be the woman, right?
You're right.
And they normally come out there and they teach and they do that thing, right? But they had the men out, right? And but when I was breaking it down, right, I asked him, "What do you know what the Passover is?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he told me it was Jesus Christ's birthday.
Jesus Christ's birthday?
I was like, hold on, do you actually know what the Passover is? The reason why. They even told me, Christ celebrated the Passover. I said, how do you celebrate the Passover and it's his birthday?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on now. Do you understand what Passover really is?
Yeah.
And then I went into the whole thing about, letting him know what Passover was, about the Lord having a death angel come up and about a person.
Right.
How he was going to kill every firstborn.
That's right.
That was Passover. He gave us specific instructions on what we're supposed to be doing.
Very specific.
You know what I'm saying? And those who followed that, he spared them. And those who didn't follow, he killed their firstborn.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Passover.
Right.
The death angel passing over your house.
Passing over your house.
So I broke that down. But the sister was very intrigued. She said, wait, what? Where that at? So she didn't really know. But when I was giving her the information about it and breaking it down, that's when he interfered. He was like, all right, brother, you know what I'm saying? What's your name again?
What's your name? Yeah, I'm going to talk to you.
So he said, so I told him what my name, so police officer 5,000. So I was yard, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, all right, brother, well, we'll talk to you later. I said, oh, why do you want to talk to me now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You interrupt me. I told you I didn't want nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You interrupted me. Now you knocked on the right door.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I told him, hey man, don't ever come around this neighborhood again. No. I said, man, don't you ever come around this neighborhood again pushing this white Jesus.
Right.
I told him like he was gonna listen. Yeah, they're still gonna do it anyway. But the sad thing is, everybody that was passing out them pamphlets was like 60-something, 70-something years old. And you know what I mean? And they have a chance. They literally have a chance to find the kingdom of heaven. But the problem with our people is we so damn hard-headed and stuck in our ways. And I feel like I can't learn nothing from Ka'ash because Ka'ash is younger than me. Right. You see what I'm saying? Or Ka'ash got a beard down the hair, glorious beard down the hair, or braids or whatever. And you look at them and then we automatically stereotype each other or, formulate a negative opinion about each other. When this brother has all the keys to the kingdom of heaven right here. He got the keys to the kingdom of heaven. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times our people won't try to listen to us because of that reason. That's how the Christian pastor upstairs, he didn't want to listen to myself and to Zion. And so he ran himself into a little conundrum while he was trying to debate us. He ran himself into a little conundrum where he should have just listened and learned. He actually tried to debate and it just didn't work out well for him. So do you know? Do you understand, Austin, what the Passover is?
No, I forgot.
Okay, no sweat. So we're gonna go over Easter, and we're gonna go over the Passover so that you'll have a good understanding of what just took place. So this past weekend, we all converged on Raleigh, North Carolina. All right. So we all went from the whole school from all over the world. You know, Jamaica was there, Trinidad and Tobago, Texas, California, Delaware, Philly, everywhere. Florida was up in there. UK was in there. Mexico, everywhere. Just everywhere we have a school was there in North Carolina over the weekend. And what we was there to observe is we was there to observe something called the Passover. Somebody give me what's that is in Exodus?
I was just on Exodus.
Or is that Leviticus? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Leviticus chapter 20, 23. Y'all know what I mean.
Feast of the Lord.
Yeah, we're 23?
Yep.
Let me see. Let me get there with you real quick. We should be able to start at 23 and on. All right, yeah. So we'll let the brother back there let Austin read it.
Yes, sir.
And so Austin, generally, if you don't know, the brother, whoever's reading the scripture, you'll read the book and verse and chapter that you in. Okay, so just so everybody who's watching from online and everybody in the classroom know where you're at, and we can all follow along.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. This is Leviticus 23, verse 1 through.
Oh, you could just read that.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop you. So, and then so when you see like a comma, just kind of give us a little pause, and I'll either stop and I'll start to break it down, or I'll just say keep going.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay. Leviticus 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Right. So the Lord has Moses speaking to us, right? The children of Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And what he's saying is these are your feast days. And he's about to run down the days that we're supposed to observe these feasts throughout the year. And these feast days that we're supposed to observe, we supposed to observe them. Our kids supposed to observe them. Our kids after that supposed to observe them, because this is something that we have to do forever, right? The Christian church have taken us away from the things that mean something to us, right? This is our culture. So this is part of our culture, the feast days, right? American culture is Easter, Halloween, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day. That's American culture. And so the Christianity has made us believe that that's the culture that we have to follow. The Christian church made us believe that that is our culture, when that's not our culture. Our culture comes from right out of here. And so that's what we're reading right now. And that's what you read, that these are our feasts. Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
6 days shall work be done,
Mm-hmm.
but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What day is the Sabbath?
Saturday.
Saturday is the Sabbath, right?
Yes.
Because that is the last day
Yes.
of the week.
Yes.
Sunday is not the last day of
No,
the week. However, when you look at the calendar starts off with Sunday being the first day of the week. And Christianity, that's the day that they choose to rest, right?
Right.
They have Black people chilling on Sunday like Sunday is the Lord's day. And go ahead.
I was going to say, I did some research in the Sunday what the Christians do.
Mm-hmm.
They Sunday represents the sun god.
That's right.
And you have different people who look at it as different ways, like the Greeks,
Mm-hmm.
Apollo,
Right.
or you have like Nimrod when he did the sun god and the Christmas tree and all that stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it gets deep.
It does. And I remember speaking to a Christian and I was like, man, y'all don't even, this is when I first came into the truth and I felt like I had to debate everybody on every single subject. And so I was talking, you know, about Sunday worship. And so he was trying to tell me that it don't matter when you worship, long as you're worshiping God. So it doesn't matter if you worship God Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter which day, long as you're worshiping God, right? And I agree to some extent that it doesn't matter which day. I can worship 7 days a week. However, the Sabbath is Saturday. You said, regardless of how you want to cut the cake. Yes, I can worship the Lord on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to give the Lord the glory on every day. However, the Bible said that the Sabbath, this day that I'm supposed to rest, is Saturday and not Sunday. All right. And this Sunday, every church across the goddamn country is about to have an Easter egg hunt, man.
Yep.
Everybody about to have an Easter egg hunt. And guess what's going to happen? The molestation rate is going to go up because everybody going to have their kids at that goddamn church. And guess what's going on at the church? I got an article for y'all. The Archdiocese of in Maryland or something like that, the Catholic Church, 600 cases of molestation. That's crazy.
Crazy.
And they doing it all under the guise of Christianity, Easter being Christ's birthday. So now you bringing your kids up to that damn church in droves. You bringing your kids, and them kids is looking for Easter eggs. And you know how they had a golden Easter egg, and you know, you find a golden Easter egg, it might have $5 in it or something like that, right? And then you get to the corner of the building. You get to the corner of the church building, and you go around the church building, and guess who Easter eggs is around that church building? The pastor. The pastor sitting around there with his Easter eggs. He waiting for you to find his Easter eggs. You know what I mean? That's what's going on in that church. He waiting for you to come right around the corner and find his Easter eggs. So you can keep reading. It was chapter 23 and verse 4.
Chapter 23, verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5.
Verse 5.
And the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Is the what?
At even is the Lord's Passover.
Is the Lord's Passover, right? Which we just celebrated. Go ahead.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Okay, so that was Saturday evening, right? Saturday evening when the sun went down, we started having a great celebration, right? We was down in Raleigh at the convention center, and as soon as the sun went down, we had a Sabbath service like no other. Captain or Commander General Yohana gave a tribute to head priest. Is it head priest or is it just priest? Chief priest, Ariah, which was great. Well, man, we even seen the Ark. We seen the Ark of the Covenant. We seen a little bit of everything. It was just something. It was just miraculous to see a group of like a room, right? Let me tell you something. It was so many people there that we had to bring chairs in and sit them in the aisles. We had to bring chairs and sit them in the aisles. That's how many people was there. They had the convention center up, and when you see the big conference rooms, right, the big convention rooms that you can get, it's almost like how the gym was back in the day. Like in my school, there was like a big wall that would separate Gym A from Gym B, right, or the first gym from the second gym. However, they can unlatch the wall in the middle, right, and then push that whole wall, retract the wall, and then now A gym can play B gym. You see what I'm saying? Now it's a real big gym, and we can really get it on. You know what I mean? My gym against my class against your class. So that's how I was up in there, right? Just to give you an example of, you had the conference room A, you had B, and you had C. We only had A and B.
Right.
We needed C. A and B just looked like when you just go in there without it, without people being in there, it looked big, it looked grand, it looks like, man, are we really gonna fill up this room like this? And when it actually came time to start filling up the room, we didn't even have enough room. It was standing room. It was a standing room, man. We brothers is getting up, letting sisters sit down.
No, that's the first time I've been to a Passover, and I've seen people have stand.
Yes.
Like,
My first one I've ever seen that. Like, yeah, it's awesome.
That's the first I've seen. We had to stand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was not enough chairs.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And so that was great, right? So that's what happened. Saturday, when the sun went down, we started the Passover. And you have to eat the lamb, and you have to eat the unleavened bread. You understand, unleavened bread is bread with no yeast in it, right? Because, like the brother was explaining, when the Lord said, when we was having the Passover, and when the Lord killed the firstborn of all the Egyptians and the cattle and the animals and stuff, right? We had to get up out of Egypt. And so now we got to grab our stuff and go. You know how it go. You ever been in a sticky situation and, oh man, look, we got to go. Don't worry about that, baby. Leave that. Come on, let's go. The bread didn't have a chance to rise. All right, the bread that we was eating, you let bread chill. You bake some bread. The bread goes from being like dough to a big loaf of bread, a piece of bread. You see what I'm saying? But at this time, we didn't have that time to do that. And so the bread was unleavened. And so every year you have to have the lamb with the herbs and the hyssop, and you have to have unleavened bread. Now, that started Saturday night, the Passover. Now, the next night starts Feast of Unleavened Breads. And so Feast of Unleavened Breads, you have to eat a piece of unleavened bread every day for 7 days. So right now we're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So every day, I hope y'all brothers is getting y'all a piece of unleavened, right? We got corn tortillas in the house. And so we just all rip a piece of the corn tortilla, and get busy. So, and that's until Sunday, sundown. All right, so if y'all brothers, get you some corn tortillas, matzahs, anything. What'd you say?
No burgers.
No burgers. Right? We remember, and it's hard. It's almost weird because it seems like it's tough this year. I'm not a real big cake dude, but it seems like that's when I went in Wawa, all the donuts look delicious, all the danishes, all that stuff look like super delicious. But you gotta have restraint. You gotta remember not to eat that stuff.
I watched my real Chipotle, man. She made some unleavened bread.
Uh-huh.
And she put like applesauce in the dough.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And then she gonna make some tonight where you put the sweet potatoes inside.
Oh, that's crazy.
So give a different
She she's real good with it. Remember when she came over to the house, we was at Tazaiwan house and we was all eating sandwiches made out of unleavened bread.
Right.
Remember they was just making a whole bunch of unleavened bread, and we just made a whole bunch of like turkey and cheese sandwiches, remember?
Thank you.
Yeah, we can turn that up.
I ate my breakfast this morning. She gave me one. This one I had this morning for bro.
Yeah.
I put the unleavened bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the egg and the cheese. And sausage.
You eating good over there, man. Yeah, I know.
Salaki.
Like salami. So the Passover, right? So the Passover is something that is very important to our culture, and it's special to us. And guess what? There's a group of people out there saying that your Passover is a so-called Passover. Who are you? You just a nigga. We the Jews. And this Passover belongs to us. That's how they was treating us. That's what they said on TikTok. I know that's what Tazaiwan showed me the other day. That lady said so-called Passover. And these people are disgusted. And these people are so-called Jews and whatever they were saying. Can't back none of it up. Won't sit down. The rabbi had never sit down and have a conversation. What they say, have a conversation? Rabbi never sit down and have a conversation. Right? Never debate anything.
It's like they talk over the phone. They call you on the phone.
Yeah. And then, you know what's crazy? Whenever they do get on the phone with us, they don't know anything. Soon as you start pulling out the Bible, they be like, oh, I don't remember that. That's in there. Oh, hell yeah, it is in there. And they just start trying to deflect and run, and they never answer any questions straight up. And it's just usually after you get off the phone with them, it's usually a waste of time. It's literally a waste of time because they won't get it. They don't know the Bible, and then they'll always, give you some cockamamie answer on why they don't understand it or something stupid. It's usually useless. All right, so that's the Passover. So you understand. So you understand that the reason why we came to that point of having the Passover is because, we was in Egypt under the Egyptians, yes. And the Egyptians were treating us horrible, right? And the Egyptians, they was treating us horrible. They put set taskmasters over us, and all we wanted to do. What did we want to do, y'all? All we wanted to do. We wanted to eat food, but that's not it. What else we wanted to do?
So, like you said, we wanted to go and just worship our God.
That's all we wanted to do, man. Come back. We was gonna come back. Right. That's young. Yeah. We said, man, just let us go out there. What was it? 2-3 days? Yeah. Let us go out there, worship our God, man, and then we'll be back. They were so evil, so harsh, just like in America today. Just like America today. So evil, so harsh, right? And they didn't want us to go pray to our God. And so the Lord had to, the Lord had to look out for us some type of way. Same way the Lord looking out for us now. The Lord sent Moses to do what? Lead us up out of that captivity. What you think we're doing right now? We're doing the Lord. We're leading you up out of captivity. Right. We're telling you what's going. First, you got to understand that you're even in captivity. Mm-hmm. Black people, you tell a black person think that because you get a paycheck just like the white man get a paycheck, you able to go cash it in the same bank he cashes his in. You're able to go to the stores that he owns and spend your money and talk with them and brush up and do everything. You think that you not in captivity. For some reason, they made us believe that we're not in captivity. But we see all the stuff that if we was supposed to be equal and the system was for us, we wouldn't have Black Lives Matter movements. We wouldn't be begging to vote. We wouldn't be begging to be, first class citizens and not 6th, 7th, and 8th class citizens, right? So, Egypt, the Pharaoh, the Africans was harsh on us, right? They was harsh. They wouldn't let us go out to pray. So the Lord sent Moses, and Moses came in there, and you see like the different signs that with like the locust, the blood, and all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff happened. And guess what? Them pieces of garbage still didn't let us go, man. It took the Lord to kill their firstborn sons for them to wake up and they son being dead.
The blood on the wall.
You see what I mean? And that's where the blood. That's where the blood that you took from that land and you put it in that doorway, and that blood sealed up that doorway. So like the brother said, that death angel, when that death angel came through, if you had the blood, you was good. That seal, you was good. But if you didn't have that seal on the door, kiss your son goodbye. Wait, you gonna wake up and little man Junior is dead.
Can I incite something?
You good? Go ahead.
What really hit hard too was
Parabox at the door, y'all. So like
Pharaoh lost his son, and it was, I'm not gonna say crazy, but it was like Moses and Pharaoh were like brothers. So you know what I'm saying? Moses left, he murdered a man, and he had to leave. While he left on his own, he ran away from Egypt.
Right.
And then that's when he met his wife and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and he ran into the burning bush. And because he saw a lost sheep go up the hill, a lost sheep. So he was tending to the lost sheep. And when he seen a burning bush, he didn't know how to question it. It was like a burning bush speaking to him.
Right.
And it said, like he was having conversation. I don't want to say in my terms, but he said, near the end of the conversation, he said, tell the great I am sent you. And it was just like,
and who's the great I am?
That's the Most High.
That's the Most High, right?
Yes, sir. So it was like, but then it was to me, in all honesty, it's like, how could he go back to a people that he just ran away from? And then it was like he was always something told me in the spirit he knew he was Hebrew, but
he knew it was Hebrew. How do you know? How do you know he knew he was an Israelite?
How did I know he knew he was an Israelite? Was because
yeah. How do you know that Moses knew that he was an Israelite?
Tell me, brother.
So you know that Moses knew that he was an Israelite because when he came out and it said that Moses spied, he seen two Hebrews fighting two of his brethren.
Yes.
Yeah, so he knew that.
So he had the heart of it.
He knew that that was wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he came and told him, yeah. Like, or when the Egyptian was beating up on his brother.
Right.
If he felt like the Egyptian was his brother, he wouldn't have did nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If my brother, if I see my brother knocking somebody out, I'm not gonna go over there and kill my brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna help my brother.
Right.
Or if he got the situation handled, I'm gonna watch him knock the dude out. But instead, when Moses came out and he seen that happening, his fight or flight wasn't to hurt the Hebrew. His notion was to stop the Egyptian.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So he knew he knew who he was. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He definitely knew who he was. And that's something that we could take from that story. Yeah. Right? We have to know who we are. Right? We definitely, like, you coming into these classes, is you understanding and you learning who you are. And you come in here and you get sharp, and we teach you and you get sharp. And then, so once you understand who you are, nobody can take that from you. I don't care what Christian come in here and try to pull a stupid scripture that you ain't never seen before, a Muslim, a white, whoever.
Right.
Come in here sounding like they smart. They can sound like they're the smartest Negro on earth. But guess what? You know what we taught you. You know the solid foundation, and we taught you who you are.
Yes, sir. And the thing is, sir, I've been going like through life so harshly. So, and I know all of us brothers around the world, brothers and sisters around the world, is going through it so harshly because of the 400-year curse. Well, I won't say I don't know how much, but I'll just say Deuteronomy 28.
Right, I understand.
When our people, the people when we sinned against the Most High once He let us out of Egypt, and that curse right there, it put our people in bondage, and it really like made us feel like not.
Well, let me correct something real quick.
Yes, sir.
The curse didn't put us in bondage. We put ourselves in bondage.
We put ourselves in bondage
because we had
we did exactly
because we had a clear option.
He told us. Yes, sir. He told us the good that would come if we followed and obeyed the laws and the commandments, and He told us the bad. Right. And and
we chose what we choose to do.
The bad.
What the hell we want to do. Yeah, that's and that's how that's another indication that it's niggas that we read about. Because we do what the hell we want to do, Parabol. Hell, man, look, we do what we want to do. Yeah. It don't matter what God tell us, whatever, what King, Christ tell us, whatever. We as black people do what we want to do. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We have to stop that. Who told you could just do what the hell you want to? I'm my own man. No. You know what I'm saying? Well, I am my own man, but I'm a man that chooses to serve the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Period. That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to do anything else. Austin, you see what I'm saying? I go to work. I come home, take care of the kids. I don't know nothing else but the ISUBK. Because that's the type of life that I built for myself. It's the same way as somebody who goes to the gym every day. Somebody who goes to the jiu-jitsu gym every day. Somebody who goes to do karate or goes to do taekwondo every single day. This dude, he probably gonna be throwing kicks until he kick, right? And die. That's the same way with this truth right here. You see what I'm saying? Satan don't even work on me to get out the truth. That kind of that way. Satan don't work on me to get out the truth. Satan just try to delay me from coming in here. Make me tired or make, stuff like that. So you got to get up and you got to teach these classes, even when you're tired, bro. Because guess what? It's other brothers that's coming in here while they tired. They tired too. Does Young work 12, 13 hours? Don't you something like that? I don't know. Whatever. You get up early in the morning, sitting in that school, however many hours he's sitting in there. This brother driving truck. You about to leave out of here and go to sleep for 2 hours, 3.
I gotta get up.
You see what I'm saying?
So like try to tell you a little bit of story about myself.
Of course.
So you guys know who I am. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
I wrote a book called Psych Ward Genius.
Okay.
At 15. It was a very spiritual awakening.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got into the first psych ward, and this is it's not funny or crazy how we're on this topic, but when I first got into the first psych ward at Fairmount Hospital in Philadelphia, I was banging on the desk and I was saying, "Let my people go, let my people go." And they took me in a van, they strapped me to a bed, and they gave me needles and cursed at me, beat me, and stuff like that. I've been in the dungeons of Earth for the longest. I'm talking about I've been in psych wards so many times that I'm banned from psych wards. My energy is like of a I was just telling the lady who told me to come here. She wrote it down on the card. She told me 1232. Well, I'm not going to,
No, you're bad. Look, let everybody know where we at, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So 1232 North King Street.
That's right.
But I met her in LabCorp. I met a lady in LabCorp.
Okay.
Up there, she told me to come, but she wrote 1232 North Market Street at the time. So I was up there, but she said 7 to 9. Okay. And I did not know she didn't put AM or PM, so I got up early. I was up here at like 7:10.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and I
you coming in the morning, but none of us here.
Yeah, but she never put AM or PM, so I didn't know. But anyway, though, but she was a good lady because I met her and I was just telling her like, yeah, I feel so misunderstood. I feel like nobody understands me. It's like they're giving me all this medication. I'm blowing up to 350 pounds, and then I got to work out constantly, like at the YMCA down there. Yeah, I'm there like 5 times a day. Like I work out constantly. Like if I don't work out, I'm like Nutty Professor. If I do, I'm Buddy Love. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, but you know what I'm saying? Right. It's not fun though. It's not fun. It's like when you do the Lord's work, it's like how it talks about jars of clay, like how he sculpts us. It says we're perplexed on every side, but not broken. Stuff like that. Like that scripture in there, I think it's in Romans or Philippians or Corinthians. I'm not sure which one it in. And then this was another scripture that hit me too. It's like, man.
You got it. And one thing, if I can add is, you finally found a place where the people do understand you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, look, if anybody understands you, it's us. Right. Trust me. Sir. We come from the same cloth. Man. We come from the same thing.
Something tells me, you know who you remind me of, a rapper that was a conscious rapper that nobody understood, Ludacris. Oh, you do? You remind me of Ludacris. Luda, yeah.
But you finally found a place. You found a place where, people will understand you. Yes. And where you do fit in. Yes, sir. And where, you finally found a place where you don't have to try to be something that you're not. Here you can be you. Yes. We want Austin to be, well, of course, you continue to come, you put in your time, we won't call you Austin no more. Right. You'll get a Hebrew name. We all get Hebrew names. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so this is a place where we do understand you. Yes, it ain't no situation that you've ever been through that I myself, this brother, or one of us have not been through. Trust me. You understand? We've been counted out of society. Yeah. We got records. We got all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? We didn't been to them mental institutions too. Right. You think we ain't been in there? We've been in there too. Yeah. And how you know that? The Lord said that. The Lord said that we'd be smitten with madness. Right. What you think that is? It's mental issues.
Yeah.
Right.
You see that? That's mental issues.
Mhm.
But how do we get past? How do we fight those mental issues? How do we get back? We get back by starting to serve the Lord,
Serve the Lord.
right? If that's something bad that's happening to us, then how do we fix that? We fix that by serving the Lord.
Serving the Lord.
It's just simple as that.
Simple as
It's a
that.
quick answer. Serve the Lord, and we would not have as many problems as we be having.
Right.
But we have so many problems because the Christian church is telling us to hate the Lord.
Right.
They're teaching us to hate God.
Mhm.
If my father tells me to do X, Y, and Z, but I go and do Z to, I don't even know how I said that. If I go and do the opposite of what he's telling me to do, then I'm not respecting him. I'm not showing him that I love him and respect him. Actually, I'm showing that I hate him. And I'm not trying to listen to what he got to say because what he got to say means nothing to me.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
Like you said earlier, the Lord said, look, if you follow me, I'm going to give you X, Y, and Z. I'm going to give you the world.
Mhm.
But if you don't follow me, I'm going to take this world from you. I'm going to take everything from you.
Mhm.
And so it's good to see, that okay, over the different times that one person gave you 1232, they didn't tell you whether it was morning or night. Then the second lady gave you the thing from that was Core Fitness or whatever, right? Lady from the
It was
gym.
Yes.
Lady from the gym,
Oh,
you know,
I
so
know that.
Yes.
right, lady from the gym, we
Yeah.
know, yeah. So
Yes.
Outside
the
Christ,
sister
man.
from the gym,
So I was-
she
I
plugged
was-
you
I was
in
being-
and
I
you
was
here.
being led. It was like I was being led by the Spirit.
You feel
You
me?
know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
was down. She was talking to somebody, and I asked her politely. I said, "This is 12th and Market. There's no 32 here." So I said, "Can you please show me the way?"
That's good.
It says, "Ask, you shall receive. Seek, you shall find. Knocking, the door be open." Right?
And look, and the door, we were standing right there. 6:30,
Yup.
I pulled up and the door's open.
Yeah.
All right, a little bit earlier than that. Let me
Yeah,
not throw myself under the bus. It was a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, outside.
I pulled up and the doors was open.
Oh, look. Come on.
All right, and so that's what the Passover. That's the beauty of the Passover, and why we celebrated the Passover. Now, this weekend here is going to be Easter. It's going to be a big Easter event. You see all of the billboards talk about Easter, and everybody just wants you to go to their church because their church is going to have the biggest Easter bash celebration, this side of Delaware. However, Easter is not biblical. I need to show you something real quick. And Ka'ash, if I could you come up here and get the Zondervan? You need the Zondervan so you can look up Easter. So like it might be, yeah, okay. You can look up Easter. And if you could grab Acts 12:4. You're right, Mawasar. The Passover was glorious. It was excellent.
Give it up.
Man, give it up for the Passover. It was just every year it's just it tops itself every year it tops itself, and it's just it's nothing more that I can say. It was just excellent. It was great. We have some of the best vendors, like with some of the best materials and stuff. This brother had what was that called? He had a big bottle of some type of seasoning.
Yeah, my brother, my little brother got it.
Yeah.
I forget, it's like jerk seasoning.
Yeah, the big bottle. Like brothers come up in there with jerk seasoning and all types of stuff, man. Yeah, everything. I got these lokes out there. Grab me a pair of lokes.
I had an opportunity to get over there.
Yeah, I'm thinking the brother, he had like 2 left. I'm thinking that he about to hit me. I'm like, how much was that, man? He said $20. Let me go ahead and get them. All right, so Christians, right? This is how you know a Christian doesn't do research. I'm gonna show you something, right? I'm gonna show you something now. And when I show it to you, you're gonna understand that the Christian church doesn't read the Bible, and that they don't understand the Bible, and that they don't do research. All we have to do is just simply do our research. and it all makes sense, right? So Acts, I want Acts 12:4, but we're gonna start at Acts 12:1 and read down to 4.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. All right. Acts 12. Now about the time Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also.
Right. So this is Herod. Herod killed James. And then so now Herod is about to take Peter. Okay. And because he said he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Read on.
Want me to read the quotes?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
Then were the days of unleavened bread.
So now we know the time frame that it's talking about. It's talking about this time right now, the end of March, beginning of April, right? We know that it's the Feast of Unleavened Breads. So it's around the time of the Passover, okay? Verse 4.
And when he had apprehended him.
So Herod apprehended Peter. Go ahead.
He put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people.
Now, let's dissect this real quick, okay? So, in verse 3, remember in the parentheses, it told you that these were the times of unleavened bread. So we know we're in the time of unleavened bread, right?
Right.
Verse 4, when he delivered Peter to the jail, right, and he got the soldiers watching him, he says, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So you see how so now we see that Easter is being associated with the Passover or unleavened bread. It's still the same time frame. In verse 3, they're calling it the times of unleavened bread. In verse 4, they're calling it Easter, right? Because that's what the Romans or whoever, they all celebrated Easter. Okay. Now, when you read Easter, when you look up this word in the Bible dictionary, so we'll have the brother look up Easter.
This is Easter. In Acts 12:4, but correctly translated Passover.
It's what?
Correctly translated Passover.
It's correctly translated to Passover. So unless you're a Christian who does do research, right, then you wouldn't know that Easter is correctly translated to be the Passover. So Christians they swear they just read the Bible every day, all day long. And what they never read the Old Testament, do they, Tazian? They only read the New Testament. They swear they just know this New Testament like the back of their head. How come y'all don't know about Easter? How come you looking at the word Easter right here, and when you look up the word, it tells you correctly translated as the Passover. So why would we even be following the Easter if we know the Bible is talking about the Passover? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why do we celebrate Easter and not the Passover? Because the Passover is not fun to them. Right. To them, what's fun is the bunny, the eggs, all the stuff that you do leading up to Easter. You remember how it used to be, man? I used to be in school one time, man, and they used to have us dyeing them eggs. Parabolic, we used to take eggs to school, and they used to have the blue, the red, the orange, whatever. And we sitting in there dyeing these eggs, boiling eggs and dyeing them, and painting on them and writing on them, and making them. And I remember when I used to have the golden eggs at my house, and my kids used to find it, and they knew they didn't even want none of the other eggs. That's all they would go for is the golden egg, because they knew it was $5 in that bad boy. That's all they going for. And I can remember going through that because I ain't know no better. Didn't know no better. You just fall up into the traditions of man. That was just the tradition of my neighborhood. Like that was just the tradition in my household. My mom allowed school to teach us that stuff. And now my kids then came in here. My kids came in my house today with Easter eggs, talking about some damn Easter. Sorry, I gotta be the bearer of bad news, but I'm gonna ruin it every single time for you. Every single time I'm gonna show you that that's wrong, and that those people in the school are wrong, and your dad is right, and that God is going to be mad at you if you do the stuff that the people in the school do. I gotta make it that way. I gotta say that God is going to be angry that way. Like they literally have to think that God is going to give me a beating and them. Because if not, that's how the spirit to pull them into the spirit of Easter, man, it's heavy. Especially with the youngest one. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. The force is strong with that one. Well, all they have to do is show him a coloring book or something. He come home, Daddy, man, look, man. We can't do that. Yeah, the force is strong with that one. And that's constantly what you fight, right? Easter, the word Easter is in the Bible. I just showed it to you, Acts 12:4. But when you look up that word in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it tells you that word is correctly rendered the Passover. Christ ain't never celebrate no goddamn Easter, man. He didn't celebrate no Easter. However, he did celebrate the Passover. Right. You see what I'm saying? They then took the Passover and made it Christ's birthday, like he worshiping his damn self or something. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he worshiping himself. Because Christ did celebrate that. We know that Christ celebrated the Passover. Right. And you're telling me that the Passover is Christ's death or resurrection or something like that. So he's celebrating his own death. He's celebrating his own resurrection. He's celebrating his own birthday. What the hell are we talking about here, man?
It's like we don't even celebrate our own death.
Yes. You can't.
Yo, man.
Yeah. You wake up like, yeah, this is a fly party right here. Yeah. What are we? And you know, and you see how we're able to make life. You see how it sounds stupid as we're saying it, right? Right. This is literally the. What word can I use? This is literally the doctrine that our people follow. Right. You see what I'm saying? They literally the stuff that we're sitting here laughing about, like it don't even make no common sense. They literally live by this. Mm-hmm. They will argue. They will argue you tooth and nail. And the Christian might punch you in your mouth. They might get enough. They might get mad enough to swing the woo-wee. How you like this up in there? You see what I'm saying? Because they Christianity is a violent religion. Right. And so whatever they think they know about the religion, they willing to die about it. Right. They willing to die about that nonsense. You see what I'm saying? And you got to have that same spirit. You willing to die for the goddamn truth. Yes. That's right. You see what I'm saying? You willing to die for the opposite of what they got going on. That's why we come and do what we do every day. You think it's easy? You think somebody can't walk up to you and put your lights out while you out there and can't? Yeah, we live and die for this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a walk in the park. People might see it from on the outside looking in and think like, okay, it's a cakewalk. You know, this is a cakewalk. Oh, I get to cut people with the scriptures and I get to learn and sound intelligent and all that. Nah, it's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. You see what I'm saying? When you out there, every person that walks up to you is a potential threat. Right. The average person don't have to live their life like that, man. All they got to do is get up, go to work, come home, and watch some damn Monday Night Football. Scratch your nuts. Sit in there and talk to the kids for a little bit. Help them with some homework. You ain't got to do nothing. However, we got to do that and still come out and have enough balls to come out there and fight for a bunch of people that do not give a damn about what we saying. Right. The same people we fighting for come up and bash us and try to fight it. You remember the one dude was like, "I'll shoot you in your face." Right. God damn, nigga. All we doing is talking about how much we love y'all. Right. How much we need to start loving each other. Right. How much we need to put down their drugs, put down their, their ideology, their spirit and stuff like that. And damn, you want to shoot me in my face? Man. So that's the fight. That's what you signing up for, Austin.
Yes, sir.
That's what you signing up for. Does it sound good?
Sound real good.
That's what it's gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
You signing up to go into the fire.
Yes, I am.
You signing up to talk to a bunch of people that don't give a damn about what you say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're signing up for.
And I'm ready.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
want to get ready, learn, keep learning, and get ready. Yeah.
And that's what you're gonna, and that's the spirit that you're gonna have to keep.
Yeah.
That's what you got to remember when the times get rough.
Because this is the
You
thing.
see what I'm saying?
So,
So just what we do is we just raise our hands.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead. You go.
It was today. No lie. Today. It feels like time was actually at a standstill
Mhm.
as I was moving and just maneuvering through downtown Wilmington. Just so much has happened in the time since I've been down here since 7 this morning
Mm-hmm.
till now. Man, let me just get a little portion of it. This happened about like 2 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
I was in the building and I was talking to somebody, and this girl, she was talking about I'm this, I'm that, I go through life hard and stuff like that.
She was speaking for, like that.
Yeah.
You go through life, or that she goes through life.
No, like she was saying how like it's hard and stuff. Like I'm reading her, like I was like reading her energy in a sense. Like I said, something tells me you go through life hard and stuff like that. But it's like it's spiritual energies, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even when
and this was a white woman that you were talking to.
So she started showing me her tattoos, right? And as she got, I don't want to get off this subject, but she started showing me her tattoos, and when she was showing me her tattoos, first it was butterflies, so metamorphosis and stuff like that, and then it was like, then she showed me like a warlock, a witch. So my spirit was like, whoa, no, this conversation is done. Then a lady to the right of me told me about this pastor that was this pastor guy that argues, and this pastor Christianity pastor, and then it was like them two was warring between me.
Okay.
Had me playing like tug of war against the energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, it's not happening. So I left. My spirit told me to leave. So I'm now at the Market Street Square where the library is and stuff. Yeah. My friend Jordan Joseph calls me.
Yeah.
Okay. His name always to me is so biblical because the Jordan River and Joseph, like it is. He's from Trinidad.
Okay.
We talking for a very long time about life, and he's telling me how to live my life, and I just want you to be okay. And I get that, but the Lord orders my steps. No man knows his own way. Right. And I feel like I'm guided by the Most High. It's like even my ancestors is in me. Like not ancestors like in like a spiritual kundalini type.
Yeah, I'm about to say, be careful. Be careful with that, because the conscious community, like, see, I knew it.
No.
I knew it.
That's why I said
knew the ancestors in there somewhere.
That's why I said that. I'm talking about our bloodline.
Just like the spirit.
The bloodline. I'm talking about how we come from our father's bloodline.
Yeah.
The mothers carry, but we come from our father's bloodline. I'm a Lion of Judah. Right, of course. It goes down to the Congo of Africa. Like it gets deep. Okay. And it's like the more I wake up every morning and I meditate. I meditate on the word.
I was about to say, what did you meditate on?
Day and night.
The word.
And I go to Rockwood Park.
Okay.
And I feel the sun. On my pineal gland. I try to decalcify it. This is, and I'm not trying to get off topic or anything, because my third eye was blocked from eating medicine, like taking medicine and food. I really feel woke. Like, and I don't mean woke as in like this way of knowing the whole world. Yeah. But I'm not saying that, but it's like, brother, like I really feel like
And the good thing is, the good thing is, if you want to continue to keep feeling those feelings, right? And you wanna, live a life that's that keeps you safe, or should I say, or you want to have a good quality of life, then you want to continue to keep coming in here.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, because I feel like I'm being missed.
In here is, like I said, is where brothers is going to understand you. Yeah. When you out there, you sitting in between. It sounds like you sitting in between two Edomites, and they, a lot going on. Yeah. I would say right now, with the spirit that you have, right, and what I've seen from when I met you, that's not what that shouldn't be your focus right now, to be talking, worrying about other people and their spirits and how they live, and even them having advice for you and how you live. Who you when you need some advice on what you need to do, you know what you do? You pick up that phone and call Captain Tazaiwan. He just walked in. That's the brother. He walked in. He went to go put his headpiece on. But that's the brother that you've been conversating with this whole time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's who you call. You call. I got you in 1 second. Tazaiwan, yo, I'm such and such. I'm at the park, man. I'm sitting here, such and such and such and such. And you get with a brother, and you can get with me too. That's Tazaiwan right there. You see what I'm saying? That's Captain Tazaiwan. He is the captain over this zone right here. You see what I'm saying? And so when you have issues, or you have times that you need to speak to somebody to get your mind right, that's who you call. If he's not available, you can get on the phone with me, Taziyad, Dashiyam. You know what I mean? You get on the phone with one of us. You see what I'm saying? Yes, and we'll get you right. God damn them Edomites, man. Leave them Edomites alone.
Yes.
Let them have their advice.
Yes.
Forget that. You see what I'm saying? Now, from this day forward.
Yes, sir.
From this day, because today is your first day in class.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Today is your first day on the long journey. Today is your first day on the long journey, brother. I remember my first day. You see what I'm saying? And it was after, when I went home, it was something that I had to be real with myself. Is this something that I can do? Yes. Something that I want to do? And you know what I told myself? Nigga, what the hell is wrong with you? Asking yourself that. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right. Damn right I can do it. The Lord wouldn't have you here if you couldn't do it. Go ahead.
No. This is called
the headpiece.
A headpiece.
Yeah.
Do you use that to block the energy from different?
Nah, so we don't go. So one thing that you got to do.
Okay.
So we don't we don't care about all the, like the energies and stuff like that. This right here is like the culture of the school.
Okay.
Of course we wear the headpieces right here, but the top is uncovered, because when you remember what Paul said, that that a man should read the scriptures with his head uncovered. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you see me with this headpiece on. Not only does it look fly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's fly.
Not only does it look fly, but my head is uncovered. It's like,
yeah, but even if you look at the Irish coat of arms, they had the headpiece.
You talking about from Nature No Color Lines? Yeah. They had the headpieces on in there.
The Assyrian on the walls. The Assyrian.
They had the headpieces. So it's our culture.
Yes.
And if you don't know what the brother's talking about, there's the book right here called Nature No Color Lines, right? And you'll see like in Europe, you'll see places like Germany, you'll see places like Poland, Russia, stuff like that. The families, you know how a family would have a crest for the family? And so when you look at the crest of these families, of these black families, you would see a side shot like this. You would see a side shot of a black man. And the side shot of the black man, just picture me like this, without these though. You see what I'm saying? And you see how you can tell I got a headpiece on, and you can see the flaps or something. Sometimes they might show it where it looks like it's blowing in the wind, or sometimes you'll just see it where it's like this. You see what I'm saying? That's what he's about to show you right now.
Okay.
So you brought us some heavy thing though. You said some young one. Man, I gotta really turn his spirit from Easter and other things.
Yeah,
that was
during
so
the dark
heavy.
days. It is.
And the reason being, you doing exactly what the Lord asked us to do, because I was also in in Exodus 12 chapter, it says at the end, I mean paraphrasing it, like it said, and I guess in that day, if the children will ask you what is this service, you know what I'm saying? You should tell them what Passover really is.
I tell them the truth.
Right.
I say, Dad, I'll kick the eggs down the street.
Right.
I'll rip up the paper in front of them. Boy, they be hurt. Hey, gosh.
but
They be hurt, boy.
Right, you doing it absolutely
I
right.
rip the Easter egg up right in front of them.
You're doing absolutely right.
So, Austin, you'll see those pictures, right? That's nature, no color lines.
Yes.
Also, just so there's no confusion, you'll see a brother's headpiece like this. Now, if you don't mind, so we can see the crown, you'll see, even though he has that headpiece on, you see his crown is up.
Yes.
Right. So.
We wore it in battle too. Like, we wore these in battle too.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Demetrius, all of that. Remember, it says bind the tire upon your head, upon our head. Yeah. So Demetrius, all that kind of stuff. We always wore headpieces and Demetrius and stuff like that. That's just the culture of Israelites. However, we don't wear turbans. We don't wear turbans. Do not leave out of here.
I'm not.
And go to Rashes. You live over north side.
Yes.
I know where you live at. Don't go to Rashes and go get one of them. You know how the thing the girl shit on and the Nick Cannon. Don't get the Nick Cannon thing. So,
I won't.
Don't do that. Cause me having the zeal that I had right when I first came into the truth. So I was watching people online, and so I'm watching everybody, right? And I was watching Black News 102, and so I was watching Black News 102, and that's when SETI and all them was out. And I remember they used to be like, "Well, you got call God then, what's his phone number? I'm gonna call that nigga." I used to laugh, I used to crack the hell up. But so me not knowing any better, the Israelites that they was talking to at that time had that damn Muslim beanie thing on. Had me at the damn hair store with a Muslim beanie. I didn't went and bought me one of them damn things. Hey, and it was crazy because I wore it out like 2 times. I wore it out like 2 times. One of the events was my daughter would have like a dance recital or a dance event, and I'm in there with this damn thing, and everybody kept asking me was I Muslim. So I even felt stupid with it on my head. I even felt stupid. I'm like, okay, you know how you feel like everybody in the room's looking at you? You see what I'm saying? If I can ever put you in that mindset that I was in, I just literally, nobody probably was even giving 2 F's to what I was doing. But I felt like everybody was watching. Because that wasn't my spirit. Now I know that wasn't my spirit. But I'll go into a room with those with Dusty M got on right there, them type of headpieces, and I won't give a damn. I won't care about nothing. You know what I mean? And now is the time where people staring at me. You know what I mean? They see the shields and all that kind of stuff. But it just doesn't matter, right? All right, so let me get back on track. So we talked about the Passover. We talked about Easter. Now, do you know that Easter is actually the worship of another god? Easter is a pagan holiday, right? And they masked it under bunnies and eggs, and what they did was they took something that was so ancient, right? And they just put color. They just put color to it. And they made it attractive to kids, right? So now, if your kids most people have a hard time telling their kids no. So if your kid comes home and he want to make them eggs and he want the basket and all that kind of stuff, you're going to go and 9 times out of 10 get him anything or her anything that he or she wants. You're not going to tell him no. And so our oppressor understands that. So what did he do? He took all of those ancient pagan holidays, and he took them and just revamped them, and just center the paganism around the kids, and then now it's fun now. Halloween is fun, Christmas is fun. When we're reading about Easter is fun. when Easter really comes from a pagan god named Ishtar, Astarte, different names over time. All right, so we'll read a little bit about that. Matter of fact, can you let me see that book that you got? I'm about to show you a picture of her. And I got a little video for y'all. Taziana, if I can give you this, if I can give you that, I'll take this from you. Y'all see what happened to my book, right? See how my book was, man. Dog, tore the book trying to get the knowledge, man.
You know what I'm saying? That was a gift right there. Food.
All right, and I got a little it's like a 4-minute video for y'all, just so y'all can hear somebody break down Easter real quick and the pagan origins. But let me see if I can find this picture, because there's a good picture of what was the other name? Astarte, right? I tried to look for it in Ishtar, but it ain't in Ishtar. And so, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and hold on one second. This real buildings.
Oh, they want Bahrain. Oh, bro, you sold it was Bahrain. Bahrain done 30, $20. She like that.
I gotta get my camera right. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna play this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna play a video, right? I thought I had a YouTube video. There we go. So I'm gonna play this for y'all while I'm
You know how to do the audio, right?
Yeah, I hit the little. You talking about the little button down at the bottom?
Yeah, switch it to the TV.
I should be. Hold on, let me see something. It should be switched to the TV. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Bear with me.
Despite being a significant Christian holiday, Easter's origins are deeply pagan. From the traditions to the food to even the name of the day, Easter is steeped in paganism. The name Easter comes from Ostara, also known as Istra in the Anglo-Saxon form. She is the Germanic pagan goddess of spring and fertility. The story of Ostara tells of her transforming a bird into a rabbit in spring. The rabbit maintained its bird ability to lay eggs, but these eggs were not ordinary. They were special because they were naturally colorful. The festival of Ostara, or the festival of Istre, was held each spring to celebrate the goddess Ostara and the season of spring and all the new life spring brings, from plants that have been dormant for winter to the birth of new life throughout the animal kingdom. The goddess's name, Istre, eventually became Easter, and on the day of the festival, this magical rabbit would lay its colorful eggs for children. In Germany and English-speaking countries, Easter comes from the Germanic goddess Ostara. But interestingly, in many other European countries, the name for the Easter holiday derives from the Jewish festival of Passover, as the arrest and execution of Jesus was said to have occurred during the Jewish observance of Passover. For instance, in Greece, the feast is called Pascha. In Italian, it's Pasqua, and in French, it's Pâques. So naturally, given the close proximity of Passover with Jesus' execution and the symbolism of the festival of Ostara, it was perfect for celebrating the resurrection of Jesus at this time of the year. But Easter's origin and namesake aren't the only aspects of the holiday which are steeped in paganism. The traditions of the holiday are also uniquely pagan. Eggs are used to represent fertility and birth in certain pagan traditions. In the spring season, pagans would decorate eggs with different colors to celebrate the rebirth of the spring season and give them to family and friends as gifts. There is also the German legend of Osterhase, which tells of the Easter bunny who laid brightly colored Easter eggs in a nest for good children to find. And there's the German tradition of Osterbrunn, a custom of elaborately decorating public wells and
Oh
fountains
yeah,
with lush
remember that?
greenery and
Remember
Easter
that whole thing?
decorations.
He said it was
Villagers went
chilly
to give
outside.
thanks for the
He
gift of
gave him a
water
bullet
while
before.
celebrating Easter at the time and began holding competitions to see which village could decorate theirs best. Eating ham on Easter is another pagan tradition. In pagan lore, a man named Tammuz was killed by a wild pig. To mourn him, villagers abstained from eating meat for 40 days. Then every year on the first Sunday after the first full moon, following the spring equinox, the pagans celebrated by eating a pig in honor of Tammuz, which is another pagan connection to the day Easter is celebrated. Easter Day changes from year to year because it falls on the Sunday after the first full moon in April. This is also known as a pink moon, and pagan holidays are all based on moon cycles. Baked breads, egg loaves, and boiled colored stained eggs placed in decorative crown-shaped braided breads are also traditions of pagans who baked these goods at winter's end. And tiny sweet cakes decorated with a cross were served at the annual spring festival for the goddess Ostara. Christians adapted these cakes as hot cross buns and used it to represent the cross on which Christ died. The traditional Christian season of Lent, the 40-day period during which you make a sacrifice by giving up your favorite food or creature comforts, may have its roots in the ancient pagan wheel of the year and passing of the winter into spring. As winter neared its end, it wasn't uncommon for people to run out of food stores, and sometimes needed to fast or cut out certain items to make it until springtime when food would be more available. While there are many widely celebrated holidays that originated from pagan traditions, I find Easter to be so unique in its paganism because of how blatant its origins are. I mean, the name itself is after a pagan goddess. Today, Easter has become a huge commercial holiday as well as a religious event, and despite its prominence as a Christian holiday, its pagan traditions have remained. Well, that's all for today's video. Did you learn something new? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Stay spooky, everyone.
That's crazy. Sloppy. How about that frosted and bread? Every restaurant, like some major restaurant,
You got it.
nice,
Go ahead.
nice restaurant, they always serve them rolls. Them cross buns
The hot cross buns.
on Sunday.
All of it's pagan.
I hate no commercial, man.
They make them commercials. They make them games look so good.
They don't be nothing like that.
You go and download every game they show you. So that's Easter, man. Even our oppressor understands that Easter is a pagan holiday. You see what I'm saying? And because of our oppression, any day that we can get to try to have some damn fun, we'll take it. Right. So even if we gotta celebrate a holiday that we know is wrong, we'll do it. Like most black people that we talk to do know that Easter is a pagan holiday. But a lot of times we'll get some type of excuse. Sometimes we'll get some type of excuse like, oh, well, I know it's pagan, but the kids is having fun. Oh, I got one. Throw out. I know Christmas is pagan, but it's a chance that the family get together. So you mean to tell me like your family can't get together no other day of the year, only except these days? And that's genuinely the types of answers that we get, because nobody has a real good answer of why they do it, what they doing. But if you tell them that what you're doing shows that you hate God, a Christian will be like, I love God, I love God, I love. What you talking about, nigga? Well, shut up, nigga. I love God and all that. Yeah, but you don't do nothing he say. How about just trying not to celebrate Easter just one time? Try not to. Imagine how much money you'll save. Eggs are expensive. Then they say Paramount cook all the time, and you go to the grocery store. Ain't them eggs expensive? I know. I was talking about the eggs going up. So you mean to tell me I'm about to buy a whole bunch of eggs for you to paint and not eat? Just waste? Man, you crazy.
$80. And used to be like what, 98 cents a carton.
Now they what? $98 a carton.
Almost like $4. That was the cheap one, the all brand one. They other $4.
You got it, Hebrew.
Me?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just telling us that we just not go back to the old way of living, but get some chickens. chickens and hens. You know, because they lay eggs. I mean,
Right.
yeah, and y'all just start not like just chickens and hens, and they lay eggs fast. I've seen it with my own eyes.
The chicken lay an egg?
Yeah, so the chickens, the female chickens, they lay the eggs. And if you want chicks, the females lay the eggs and the hens fertilizes them.
Mm-hmm.
So they become chickens. But if you just want eggs like to eat, like regular eggs like you crack and skillet or something like that, you just get hens. No, hens, not roosters, but hens.
Mm-hmm.
And they will lay eggs.
It's like that. It's like they can produce one a day, right? Each chicken can produce one a day.
Probably.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh,
That's a great question. Yeah. I don't think
Huh?
nobody got it right.
I know the answer. I think it's the chicken. It's the chicken. Because remember in the beginning, it said the fowl came out the water. They didn't come out. They didn't come out. It didn't say eggs. Eggs didn't come out. It was already big.
That's crazy.
Like, what came first, chicken or the egg? The chicken.
I don't know if you get a real bad person just where I had eggs more. That came first.
Eggs came
Chicken
first.
late.
You ain't gonna tell me you ain't never seen the chicken being born, the whole chicken. Yeah, brother gonna try to go deeper. So, Ashraf. So you see that the eggs represent fertility. The eggs represent fertility. So according to the video that we watched, it was like a bird that was changed into a bunny. But then birds do lay eggs. However, the bunny doesn't. But they still kept the tradition of the bunny laying the damn egg, right? Representing fertility. And I couldn't find the picture, but when you look up this goddess, which is called Easter, Ashtoreth, Astarte, just any variation of that, you'll see like it's a picture. It's almost like a heavy set lady because it looks kind of round like this. It looks kind of round. I'm giving you like what the sides look like, and then when you look right here, she got like maybe 20 breasts, representing fertility. See if I can show you a picture. Yeah. He said 20 of them. Yup, 20 of them. 20.
Succulent for
Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to fertility goddess. All right. I got a picture right here. Y'all give me 1 second. I got y'all. Let me share my screen. Let me show you exactly what she look like. So I'm not sure if y'all can see this, but do you see? Hold on, matter of fact, let me go back over here and let me do this like. Let me do that like that. Can y'all see what I'm talking about now? All right. You see this lady right here with all them boobies. Salakia Parabah. You see this? She got a bunch of breasts. Whole bunch. Those that's not her garment. That's literal. That's breast. And you'll see it. There's another variation. Oh, that's vulgar. Wow. But you see any depiction how they have it is always depicts her having multiple breasts, and that represents the fertility. Remember, she's a fertility goddess. Okay. So that's that, and yeah, any picture that you type in, when you type in fertility goddess, this is what you're gonna see. And the one that's in this book, it looks like this. It kind of looks like this. The other one that I seen kind of looks like this, like more rounder with the whole bunch of Jones. Yeah, but everybody worshipped for fertility god. Right.
Okay.
And so the average Christian doesn't know that that's what they worship on Saturday, and not even just Saturday, now leading up to Saturday. You're allowing your kid to pass through the fire. You know what pass through the fire means? Pass through the fire means that, you know, this was something that we used to do when we used to worship these gods, right? Baal and all these kind of gods. Remember, people used to make a sacrifice to the god, right? And that sacrifice might be your child, right? What's the difference now? We're sacrificing our kids now spiritually to these gods. We're still sacrificing them to these gods. We're still allowing the kids, instead of telling them the God honest truth, we'll still allow the kids to believe in fairy tales instead of teaching them the truth, man. And not allowing your child to believe in that stuff, not allowing yourself to pass your child through the fire to spiritually kill your kid. That's what it is, spiritually. You spiritually dedicating this child to this God. Because otherwise you would tell them the truth. I remember telling my two oldest the truth, and it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that bad. And so then I'm like, everybody should do this. You know, everybody should just tell their kid the truth and not allow them to fall victim to, you know, to the spirit of America. All right. Now, before we move on, Austin, is there anything that you want to clear up? Are you comfortable with? Not comfortable with, but do you understand everything that's been going on today?
Yes, sir.
You understand the Passover?
Yes, sir.
And Easter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you know that Easter is not the Passover?
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, so when they talk about Jesus Christ, right? They talk about Christ being like, this is Christ's birthday, which is Easter. Do you know Christ was around this time though. It was around this time. Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna confuse you.
Yeah, but this is a sidebar. You see how it just off the topic, but you see how like the what's it called? The Democrats, they trying to lock Trump up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they trying to lock Trump up, but this is the crazy thing, right? Like they trying to do it, and they acting like people ain't smart enough to pick it up. Like,
what you mean?
What I mean by that is that the Democratic Party and Donald Trump, and Joe Biden and them, right? They know they didn't do nothing for black people, right? And they know that
you can't tell white people that.
Definitely, they know that right now they created a space where when voting season comes again, everybody's going to overwhelmingly vote Republican, right? Because he just didn't give nothing to black people. He left everything in Afghanistan. You know, he mismanagement. You know, he sent all the money to Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? And he knows, the Democrats know, Kamala Harris ain't said nothing to a black woman since she been in there, although she ran on that. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a sidebar or whatever. And so now they know that they completely messed up so much that they created where people are definitely going to go and vote Republican, right? And they know that Donald Trump is very well going to be elected back in. Mm-hmm. So what they did was they tried to come at him, Joe Biden, and tried to send everything at him to get him locked up, and then to bring charges on him. And guess what? Guess when they trying to start the case, the court case? January 2024.
So he can't.
Yeah, I said, oh, look at them, man. They trying to lock you up.
That's funny.
So he can't, you know what I mean? He can't go at the throne. But that's also creating a space for DeSantis. You know, DeSantis is the governor of Florida.
In Florida, right?
Yeah, and he's racist.
He's super racist.
Yeah, he said like woke Florida is where woke goes to die. The woke movement.
Yeah, he's yeah, he wanted up. He wanted up. I think the NAACP put out something about Florida saying like not traveling to Florida or something.
Yeah,
the NAACP been talking about not coming to Florida or something crazy because you could possibly be hurt.
And if I could, they because you know they're talking about not using actual physical dollars like money anymore. Like eventually that's going to get phased out, where it's just going to be digital or whatever. But DeSantis said not in Florida.
He like not in my town, not in my city.
Right,
he ain't having that. Did you see where the African president of one of them countries over there, when Kamala Harris came over there? Remember they he was getting on America and he was getting on Kamala Harris in America.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Talking about he was talking about how America took black people and put them into slavery. But you notice conveniently now, all these Africans are saying that we African. You see what I'm saying? Like conveniently, when you're trying to build up Africa, and you're like, wait a minute, I see where this power can shift. Right. Remember, they understand that whoever has the children of Israel are going to be a great nation. You're going to be rich and powerful because guess what? These niggas going to come and build it up with all their great ideas and inventions and all that stuff. And so now Africans is saying that, calling us African and stuff like that. Nigga, if we were so much African, where the hell you been at? Where the hell you been at for the last, however so many years, man, hundreds of years? Where them tanks? Where all that stuff? Now we African? Now we African. When you feel like you could probably fight, or you think that we have probably helped you fight or something like that. But yeah, this African dude was getting on Kamala Harris about America and how America could try to even think about going to go spread democracy when America has black people in slavery. They do this, do that. He just started running down their resume, and how you going to ever think that you can come here and spread your democracy?
That's right.
Like y'all righteous enough to do that. That's the standpoint. Nobody's having this stuff no more, man. The only people that's having it is Christians. They don't, and nobody else around the earth is having the oppressors jump in nonsense no more.
Right.
Everybody waking up, everybody like, man, forget this. Even the Africans. Even the Africans. Yeah. It's like, nah, we're not accepting this. And we the only ones that's just like, Monday Night Football. Whatever. And not to knock the brothers that watch Monday Night Football. Let me not say like you can't do those kind of things, but we just wrap ourselves up in our little bubble that we have over here. This little comfortability bubble that we have over here, and it's actually like a false sense of security. It's a false sense of security because today or tomorrow they're gonna bust your son up in the head somewhere. Then we all gonna be marching and mad and all that kind of stuff, and then you'll see that you're not really secure. And then we'll go right back to our security in a week.
Yeah, only reason why Africans are now saying that because of the fact that Putin has paid off $20 billion worth of sanctions to the Americans.
He paid off. See, that's what I'm talking about.
He paid off the sanctions. He came
of Africa.
Africa. He came to them and basically told them that y'all can't pay this. I will pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? That showed my token of gratitude to y'all and understand that what America has done to y'all was wrong.
Right.
And so he feeding them that. So
you know what it's about? Building allies.
Building allies. So Africans don't have other choice but to back the man who just paid off the debt.
Damn. Right. Ain't that something?
So they're a guard dog. Just like the Chinese came on and did the same thing.
Yeah.
They're guard dogs.
I understand that aspect.
So they're gonna say whatever they want to say right now to basically back Russia, because now they don't feel oppressed because if I don't have to depend on America anymore for their dollars to pay for a certain commodity I need for my country, I don't have to go by your standard.
Right. And that's what they have all been and that's actually great what you just said, because I think that's what they've all been doing, trying to get away from that petrodollars. That's what it's called. It's called the petrodollar. And all of these countries have been trying to get together to, overthrow this petrodollar. And then you'll see stuff like Gaddafi and them would die, these leaders of these places that do have gold,
Right.
America go, oh, he's killing his people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They always said they're good at setting the stage on something.
Right.
They'll send in they'll go and arm a little militia. And then when you go, the militia is trying to literally kill you, Taziad. So then when you being the president, kill the militia, the people that's trying to kill you, look, see, he's killing his own people.
Mm-hmm.
See that? See that? He's bad. He's terrible. Now we have to go in. The Green Berets, now we have to invade their country and go spread homosexuality, our democracy. You see what I'm saying? Now we gotta go spread our democracy because Taziad is killing his people, and that's wrong. We would never do that.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what's going on. But like you said, everybody around the earth, they waking up to the oppressor, and with his devices, and Joe Biden, like he kept, it's only but so much you can keep pushing somebody before they start to, what I mean? Like Russia, wasn't trying to start another one in the United States.
Yeah.
They just wanted to take over Ukraine. Why didn't they just let them just do it?
And that's their land anyway. Yeah. They are Russian. Hey, what is it? What are they?
They're Russian.
They're Russian anyway.
Right. Because like if you think about it, right, they're okay, we sending from America, and I say we because we are sending money over there. We as us,
just everybody.
They take it out of your check.
Right.
We sending all this money over there, right, to the Ukraine, right, to help them fight so they don't get taken over, right? But their whole country is destroyed.
Right.
So even if they won, even if they got Russia to go back, they still would have. They still would need billions and billions and trillions of dollars to even fix up the infrastructure
because it looks crazy.
So there's no way, like the water don't run, no electricity, nothing. So you would need to completely bring up the whole infrastructure of the company from the ground up again, and that's going to take trillions of dollars.
And America is so much of a hypocrite. Like America would say, look, we need to go and we need to fight Russia because they're overthrowing Ukraine, and that's not right. We don't support somebody like a bullying, right? Mm-hmm. America had no issue with Russia, but America now trying to use the fact that they say that Russia is invading Ukraine. Well, how about they use that same logic? Because they use that logic all across the earth.
Right.
How about they use that same logic when it comes to Israel? Ain't Israel doing just as much as Russia's doing to the Ukraine, right, and just as worse? Ain't they doing that to them Palestinian people? Yeah. But America ain't over there trying to spread no democracy. America ain't saying anything. Israel can, literally do whatever they want to on the earth, and America will not say anything.
But everybody watch the history of America. You got to have something of interest before America protects you. Don't want to ask them the question, what is the interest that America has in Ukraine? What is their business over there for?
I know it.
No one really asking that question. Nobody even covering the whole thing. They're not even part of NATO. So I don't understand why they even try to protect that country. That's like you saying, well, let me go protect Kenya. Kenya's not even part of NATO. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask,
I'm gonna show you
what
this
is
before I
the
get out.
interest? And most people don't ask that question. What's the interest that America have in Ukraine? That they got to put in all these billions of dollars.
You know what's crazy? I knew I had the answer like 5 years ago when I've been in the truth about 8. So maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. And I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna be like, man, we had this in the school. It's in here somewhere. It's this article right here. And you get this article, you can go to the Times of Israel. Mm-hmm. You can go to the Times of Israel, so it's not nothing that I'm making up or anything like that. I can say the title. I didn't write the article, so therefore I can say the title. It says, leaked report. Israel acknowledges Jews in fact Khazars. Secret plan for reverse migration to Ukraine. We got this. I'm not just now learning this. That's how I was able to just pull it straight up. This is the title, and you can go to the Times of Israel and read the whole article. This is old, man. This is old stuff. It says, it's just now like being relevant though. It says leaked report. It's a leaked report. It says Israel acknowledges Jews in fact Khazars.
So like,
and it says secret plan for reverse migration to Ukraine. If I could, real quick.
I'm sorry. I'm adding on to it.
Just real, so the Ukraine, if y'all know that the Ukraine, if you know your history, used to be Khazar territory. Ukraine is Khazar territory. And so, and this is just solely what I believe, is that I believe that Israel's going to rule from two fronts. They're going to try to rule from Ukraine and from Israel because they want Ukraine bad. Trust me. That symbol that the symbol that the guy, you ever see that guy that the leader of Ukraine, they had him come to America and they had him go up to Congress. If you ever look at that symbol that he had on that sweatshirt, that's the old Khazar symbol. That's the old Khazar symbol. Well, let me not start getting all going down the rabbit hole. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be sitting out here like a damn conspiracy theorist. But y'all can go home and put it together yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Like, no, I was just saying, because the president that you're talking about that's over there now in Ukraine.
What's his nationality?
He's Jewish. He's not a Ukrainian.
Okay.
So he's Jewish,
leading
the Ukrainian people.
Talk to me now.
He's a Jewish guy.
Talk to me.
Who's leading? Who was placed there? Because you know the guy there earlier was removed.
It was somebody else.
But he's now placed there. He was put there by America, a Jewish guy.
Yes.
Who's now leading the Ukrainian people to war, to die.
Look, man. I mean, y'all can.
Look, listen, I ain't going down this rabbit hole with you.
But I literally know what I'm talking about. I've had this article for years now. The article, I think I had a mouse that started chewing on it. You know what I mean? I had a mouse in the house. That's how long I had it. It's in here. It's definitely in here. If you want the article, the Times of Israel. And then you just read it for yourself and then be like, now this kind of start to make sense. Because it never really made sense why was America just so gung-ho on saving Ukraine?
That's what I'm saying.
What does Ukraine have that's going to benefit us?
Right.
They don't have anything that's going to benefit us. However, they do have something that's going to benefit the people that run America.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Taziyad. Yeah, it should be. I always put it right there. Brother might have it underneath of this wood or somewhere like right here. It's usually somewhere around here. Maybe it's under here. It's right there.
All right. Good. Man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, cool, man. Top it up, man. It was a good class. We got ISUBK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When new brothers and sisters come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. So tonight was your first night. From here on out, you will come in with all black. See how this brother is right here? So trooper come in all black. All right.
You choose.
You know what I'm saying? You choose. Right. I'm saying if you choose, you can start coming in all black. You want to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Then get the officer test and take this oath and go out there and work up brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? You start wearing all black. Yes, if you choose. You know what I'm saying?
I like all black.
Right. No sweat. Really, that's no sweat. Get a brother a hand, man. Now, if you
That's it.
choose, if not, then you come in as a civilian. Not everybody can be a, you know what I'm saying, a warrior of the Lord's, army. So you can also, ain't nothing wrong when you come in here and learn either. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm all black.
All right, cool. All right, most time, get that brother hand again.
Right. Most time, right, man. So if I may, so if you decide this is something that you want to do, remember, so we wear all black shirt, boots, everything. I understand that you have like kind of like brown shoes on. So if you don't have black boots or you need some, just get with Captain Zion on it.
Yeah, I might need some because I got black boots, but they like
furry or something.
Yeah, like the so
Okay.
they boots, but they kind of like winter boots.
Yeah, so we're gonna do those. We're gonna do the boots, at least those until we
Yeah,
can
that's
figure
fine.
something
That's fine.
out.
I can get away with that.
Yeah, no sweat.
Okay. All right, cool. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has any interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means 10 in Hebrew, Ma'ashura. All right, 10% of every penny of increase of the Lord gives you. All right, priest fund. You understand? Matter of fact, listen, bring some liquor in. It's like you got some strong, bring some of that in too. You know what I'm saying? Most of these guys out here told us, well, tithes is food, but bring that in too. You know what I'm saying? Bring your receipt too. Bring all that in here.
But they say it's cabbage.
It's cabbage.
Corn.
Bring it on in here. You know what I'm saying? We got people out here to feed. You know what I'm saying? All right. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. I come and hold a convocation. Closing, right? The Feast of Unleavened Bread is going to be down in Smyrna. You understand? 7 p.m. All right, hosted by Thushy Young. You know what I'm saying? Hosted by Thushy Young in the Delaware South School.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Thushy Young doing a hell of a job down there.
Yeah,
you know
good work. Good, get that brother.
You know what I'm saying? Got that school looking magnificent at General High today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's UPK. You know what I'm saying? All right. So like here. Reminder to Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headbands, scarf. With that, meaning Israel, Hamajim.
So Hamajim means to stand.
We give one curse salute to each other. Meaning Israel, Hamaj Shabbat.
So Hamajim Shabbat.
Hamajim,
go back into your stand.
Rock. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying?
Keep talking.
So like, I drew a blank. It's like,
Most High in the name of Christ.
Yeah.
Most High in the name of Christ, bless you.
That's what he said in English.
That's what he just said. He said it in Hebrew. That's what we saying to each other. Okay. I'll make sure I get you all that stuff so you understand what we say.
And I'll study it and I'll learn it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the time.
Y'all do my tie hands though.
Then we're gonna start and turn, and we're gonna face the sisters. We get a one curse salute. And then Israel, my Shabbat.
Sisters, Hamajim.
Oh, sorry. Hamajim, my Shabbat, Hamajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'ashem Yahushai.
And he just said, we just said, Lord, watch over you in the name of Christ.
With that, practice me.
My bad. It's like riding the bike.